Hi there, welcome back to my gear review channel. Today I want to sort of take a deep dive into the past of a Benchmade company and look at the models that have been discontinued, some of them years ago, but in my humble opinion, should not have been discontinued. Let's go. I picked 5 knives that fall into this category, and number 5 on my list is this Mel Perdue Stimulus. Mel Perdue is a prolific knife designer, a custom knife maker from yesteryear. He passed away a while ago, unfortunately, and that's a huge loss for the knife community. He is responsible for Benchmade 530, for example, which is a progenitor of the Benchmade's prolific bug out. And he participated in the design of the Griptilian, which is Benchmade's bestseller ever. And at the time that it came out, it was considered to be a backup to this Benchmade AFO2. This is definitely a beefy tactical knife that was supplied to the US government. My particular example does not have an NSN or national stock number, which is normally an evidence of military buying an item, but there are versions out there that still exist with that number. And that is the saving grace for this particular model. You see, Benchmade has to keep enough spare parts on hand in order to provide maintenance to the knives that were at some point transferred to the government. And that's why this knife is still available for sale and it is still in production, or at the very least, they're still being able to assemble the knives out of parts that they had in stock. Unfortunately, the stimulus was not procured by the government, unfortunately for the model. And once they ran out of parts, they discontinued it. And the only way you can buy it today is if you find it in maybe a store like a large Benchmade dealer who has a large stock still on the back shelf somewhere, or at a pawn shop. Its overall dimensions are very comfortable for my medium to large gloved hand. And the pocket clip can be reorientated either for the tip up or the tip down configuration. On the AFO, out the box, they come in a tip down configuration because when somebody is wearing a knife like this on a molly gear or in some tactical pocket somewhere, it's a lot easier to pull it out and your thumb is naturally on the button so you can immediately deploy it. Why do I think that stimulus should still be in production? It's a perfect EDC size, and it has enough of EDC and yet tactical prowess to get you out of a jam. Say hello to my little friend. Number 4 on my list is this Benchmade 741 Lum design. Bob Lum, Robert Lum, is the designer, and the model is called Onslaught. And you can see why. This blade length is 4¼ inches, and overall length is 9 7/8 inches. That is a large knife. And yet, even my medium hand has no issue adjusting to its ergonomics because of how the handle is configured. It fits right in. I feel like the knife is molded into my hand. And of course, there was a companion model, Mini Onslaught, or Model 746, which is a normally dimensioned full-size pocket knife. It has a blade length of 3.5 inches and overall length of 7 7/8 inches. So full-size knife with the axis lock, both are. And there were a continuation of the earlier model by Bob Lum. Let me grab it out of my library of knives here. This is Bob Lum's Mini Deja Vu, and there's a large version of it, which is just as ridiculous as the Onslaught full size. And the reason this knife didn't make the list is because it has a single position pocket clip and it's a liner lock. Bob Lum unfortunately passed away in 2007. He's a prolific knife designer, and I think he is responsible for bringing to life an American tanto shape blade. I believe that was him, but if I'm wrong, please write a comment. Why do I think Benchmade should bring it back? One word, badassery. Probably 2 words in there somewhere, but nothing screams we're still a badass company like reintroducing this knife, and not in a mini form like you did with the Bedlam. Number 3, smack in the middle, is this Benchmade 496 Vector. Now, don't be confused with 495 Vector, which is this knife, which, strangely enough, is still available for sale from Benchmade and other websites. As you can see, even though the knives were selling for the same price, and I think it was in the mid 200s, the manufacturing of this knife was order of magnitude more complicated because of the aluminum bolsters, a very complex grind. It's a recurved Sponto blade shape. It looks like it has a point, but it doesn't really have a point. It's just how the recurve intersects with the front portion. Definitely an American Tanto blade. Other things that go for these knives, let me put this down, is this continuous curve, which actually increases its ability to resist the impulses from hard use. And it's just an over-engineered, overthought, over-designed, beautifully conceived knife. And it's a rare thing for Benchmade, an axis lock flipper, and it's assisted. Now, I've seen a video of de-assisting something like a barrage. This is a lot harder to de-assist, and so I suspect 99% of people will not be able to do it, and it requires special tool. Before I tell you why I think they should bring this particular version back, I will talk about why I think they discontinued it to begin with. So if you were to take it apart, there are a lot more interfaces between different components than on the plain version, starting with a bolster. I think if they were to reproduce this design today, it would push it beyond even the new 710. So we're talking probably 500 plus. Would I pay a lot of money for a gold class version with this specific blade? Don't give me Damasteel. Don't give me Magnicut. I want this knife with something like new, like a Procut or Magnum Max in a gold class with some interesting material on the handle, same exact hand ground blade, no coating on the blade, please. And I'm up to $1,500 easy. I love this design, and I absolutely think they should bring it back. Drum roll for the runner-up, which may surprise you, because at a first glance, there is nothing particular special about this knife. Nothing special about its looks or how it operates at a first glance. Just a regular axis lock knife, right? Wrong. So I'm going to go and use my time machine next, because what I have in hand is what I call time capsule knife. As you can see, it's a pre-2011 Benchmade box. I think they switched to the new style right around 2011, 2012. And also, as you can see, it's a 4-digit model number, so supposedly it's an auto. And the price going back there is $245, which in 2010 was a lot of money. So let's go through the experience of opening a Benchmade box in 2010. So the outer sleeve slides off, and there you would find an already familiar Benchmade bag. And here's the warranty information in there. And as you take this knife out of the bag, instead of traditional axis lock little card stuck into the pocket clip, it says dual action. If it's the first time you've seen this knife, you would just go and pull the axis lock back and nothing automatic happens. You have to open it this way. But if you pull it back like this, fast, furious, and all the way back, it becomes an automatic. If you do that, you have to close it, like an automatic knife. But from here, you can use it as an axis lock, regular, non-automatic knife as well. And then it will drop shot. Well, as much as any Benchmade. So here you go again. Like this. Close. And let's do a reverse flick. Like that. Drop shot. This knife was Benchmade's answer to all the competitors coming out with these clandestine automatic knives. I can think of ProTech. Microtech also had something in this realm. But what they did is design a knife that will let you know, well, I'm sorry, officer, this is just a regular access lock. Why do I think Benchmade should bring this model back? I already used the word badassery once in this video, but you know what the heck? This is 2025 and badassery is back in. So go for it, Benchmade. You will sell a boatload of these blades. Before I get to my number one choice for resurrecting a discontinued model, I would like to thank my regular viewers and subscribers. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe, because I don't promote knives. I don't supply affiliate links to the knives. I do provide links to sharpening and knife maintenance tools in the description, which helps me through Amazon affiliation, but I don't give you links to the knives that I review because I feel that would taint the credibility of my review. Not paying at anybody, just saying for me, it's an ethical choice. Because of that, I would appreciate if you could join my channel as a member. It's a very small monthly fee. I really appreciate super things that sometimes I get from my regular viewers. They absolutely humble and inspire me. And at a minimum, hit the like button right about now to let the algorithm know that more people might be interested in this video. My number one choice for bringing back a discontinued Benchmade model is an Osborne. And no, I am not talking about any of these Osbornes. Extra points for commenting on what this is. I am talking about model 928. Monologue Osborne. See the boomerang? Yeah, real Osborne. Now, while I stated on numerous occasions that this knife has as much in common with its supposed rancher origins as, I don't know, horse has with a goat, it's a four-legged animal, I think this knife is a lot closer to what Mr. Osborne would call a ranch knife himself. Let me go over the features that I believe make it into a premium frame lock knife. Starting with a monoblock machine G10 scales, much like a Strider, a titanium frame, multiple ways to open the knife, like this flipper, and or thumb studs, which work really well. Much like a Strider or a Hinderer, they serve as stopping pins, making it a very robust system. The log bar has a steel backing plate to ensure less wear between it and the blade. And while you don't see a log bar stop plate, notice where the pocket clip is located. It serves as a stopping plate for you to not be able, trying to grab it, for you to not be able to overpress the lock. It will stop it right there. The writing is on the wall. There is still room in the market for a quality frame lock. And the proof to that are numerous Chinese entries into that market that people pay in excess of $300-$400 sometimes with premium materials. So Benchmade is missing out, in my humble opinion. They could do a lot with this design. It's a very well balanced knife. It checks the boxes in every possible niche. It could be tactical, it could be EDC, it's bushcrafty, totally a great woodcutter. And I don't know why they're missing out. As soon as I said that, I realized two things. Firstly, every designer whose knives I showed you today has passed away. And the second thing is, I was talking about them in a present tense because their knives are still here. And that means a little part of them is still alive and is here with us, making our life more interesting as we navigate through this interesting and exciting hobby. Let's pause for a minute and pay a silent tribute to this greatest generation of American knife designers.